everybody, Mrs. Braza here, your dance teacher. And we're going to continue where we left off last time you visited me. So the last time I introduced to you the 4 elements of dance. And before we get any further, I want to review that learning. So remember, whatever I do, you do. Whatever I say, you say. Okie dokie? Awesome. The elements of dance. Body, space, energy, time. Good, excellent. And if you remember from last time, we were working with the element of space. Well, we're going to continue to work with the element of space because we learned 2 fabulous vocabulary words last time. We learned about personal space and we learned about general space, and we had super fun dancing in general space with our scarves. Well, today we're going to continue to dance in general space, but we're going to learn some new vocabulary words, and we're going to learn what locomotor movements are, because our goal today is to stop and go on cue like last time, but this time using locomotor movements. And that's a really big word. So to teach you that new vocabulary word, we're going to use our little dancer, which I showed you and introduced to you last time. And our little dancer, she's a dancing fool, or he's a dancing fool, and he loves to dance all around, in place, and through space as well. So our little dancer is going to help us remember this really big fancy word. My turn, your turn. Get your dancer ready. Locomotor. Traveling around. Excellent job. Just like when we were dancing through space. Because that's exactly what locomotors do. They make you travel through space. Let's do that one more time, shall we? Locomotor, traveling around. Non-locomotor, not traveling. Oh, but our dancer is still dancing. Didn't stop. Our dancer is just dancing in place. And that's non-locomotor movements, not traveling. So when we make our personal space bubbles and we're dancing in place, or when we're on the floor and we're doing our brain dance, well, we're in place. Those are non-locomotor movements. Still super fun, still dancing, but they're just non-locomotor movements. So we make our personal space bubble, we check to make sure, and paint your beautiful bubble. Beautiful, beautiful. Go ahead and have fun. Would you please explore your personal space bubble right now and feel what in place and non-locomotor feels like. Yeah, because non-locomotor is wonderfully fun because we can stretch, right? We can turn, we can twist, we can bend, very important in dance. So non-locomotor is important, but it's just not our focus today. Our focus today is traveling around. Now, if you remember last time, I asked you to push some coffee tables, some stuff out of the way to make sure that you don't hit a corner, hurt yourself, that kind of a thing. So remember, use your finger. I use my laser beam eyes, and I am making a circle to see what I could possibly hit. I could possibly hit once again my board, but I can move my board, or I can really, really remember, don't go near the board. Because sometimes you can't move things in your house. So you just got to really, really remember what's around you. And once again, making sure I don't have any socks on, so I'm not going to slide and fall accidentally on the floor. Things to think about. So if you need to push anything out of the way or take your socks off, go ahead and pause the video right now and take care of that first. Safety first. Okay, so let's move on and find out what are these locomotor movements that Mrs. Braz is talking about. Well, you'd be surprised that you already know what they are. You just didn't know they were called locomotor movements. Okay? Locomotor movements is just walking, running, hopping, jumping, skip, gallop, slide, leap. Walk, run, hop, jump, skip, gallop, slide, and leap. Man, I knew you already knew most of those. And when you're outside playing, you already walk and run and hop and jump and skip. But sometimes people don't know what gallop and slide are. And sometimes they're not too sure about leap. Leap is when you get to jump and fly through the air, and it is so much fun. But we're going to hold off on leap just because, well, space is an issue. We've got some general space, and we're going to focus on these 7 today. And we're going to go over all of them together. Now, I got to warn you, it's going to get your heart pounding. It's going to take a lot of breath and air, so I'm going to get you kind of tired. It's a cardio workout, okay? And something else to think about when we're talking about locomotor movements and practicing them and playing with them in general spaces, directions. So right now, I'm going to ask that you do what I do, okay? You're going to do what I do, okay? So we're just going to explore them together right now before I turn on any music and we practice the stop and go and our cue with Mrs. Braz's special boom boom drum, okay? So let's just practice right now in your space with me. We're just going to walk forwards, backwards, sideways, and we're just going to explore how we move in our space. So practice right now, backwards walking, side walking, forward, and moving around and just walking. And freeze. Freeze in stillness. Good. Next one, we are going to run. Now, we all know how to run, but we're indoors. And plus, we're dancers, so we're going to do a special dancer run. There's a few different kinds. But the one I'm going to ask you to practice means you got to keep your back tall and straight. I don't want to see anyone running and then their body starts to lean over. Nope, push those shoulders back. I want long and tall. And you're also going to see something special about dancers. We don't really let our heels land a whole bunch of times on the ground. They're your brakes. We don't want brakes when we're running. No way. So we're going to go up on the balls of our foot just a little bit and just do tippy toe runs. And we're going to practice running forward, backwards, sideways. Go ahead, practice now. Practice running. Lots of different ways on your tippy toes. Try to keep those shoulders back. Keep your body tall while you're running around in lots of different ways in your general space. And freeze. There's our stillness. Excellent. Now it's going to start to get harder, okay? So now hopping. Now everyone thinks that hopping is like hopping like a bunny, but guess what? It's not. You hop on one foot, not on two. Common misconception. So I don't care which foot, or even if you have to switch them, because you might not know which one's more comfortable yet. And it's going to take some air, so make sure you breathe. Okay? And you're going to practice just hopping on one foot. Let's try it together. Just hop forwards and backwards, maybe sideways, go the other way, and play around with it. You can switch legs, explore which one you like better. And stillness. So now jumping is where you're jumping with 2 feet. And I like to see, once again, it be about the bend, and the up on the jump, okay? So I always tell people, imagine your feet are glued together, okay? That way you can learn to control your body safely, especially indoors. So when you're jumping, let's try it. Forward, keeping those feet together, sideways, other way, travel around, any way you want, just play with it. Stillness and stop. Excellent. Now, skipping, most of you know skipping. You're switching your legs as you're hopping. Play with it. Backwards is a new one for some people. Sideways is kind of strange, but play with it nonetheless. Go around your general space, skipping around, and freeze, stillness. Excellent. Now, galloping is a lot like skipping, but you keep the same foot in front. People think galloping like a horse. So, and play. Everyone, play with me. Gallop, gallop, gallop. Switch legs if you want. Good. Stillness. Great. Now, the last one we're going to focus on is slide. Okay, now slide, people think they're sliding. No, you're actually kind of sliding through the air. It's a jump. Okay? It's a jump. And it's sideways. And so you got to play with it. And when you change directions, you always have to slow down a little bit. But play with that. Go ahead and play. Just play. Good. And stillness. You got it. Take a deep breath in. Out the mouth. So now we're going to add some music. And every time you hear the drum, stop. In stillness. Breathe in. Out. And relax. Okay? And we're always going to have that stillness in between each of them. When we go through all of them, I'll say, pick your favorite and explore. And then every time after that, I'll hit that drum and you will explore your favorite. You'll try ones that maybe you're kind of struggling with. You choose. Okay? Great, let's get started. Take another deep breath in. Don't worry, we'll start with walks so you know. I'm gonna go straight down the list, okie dokie, and then you'll get to choose. Here we go. Are you standing tall and strong? I hope so, I'm sure you are. Right, just breathing. This one's gonna take a lot of energy. Stand tall, wait for the cue. Did you start? Did you get tricked? I hope not. And it happens all the time. Remember, play with going in lots of different directions. Show me how you walk. And walk. Walk in different directions. Walk, walk, walk in different directions. And stillness. Stand tall, take a moment. choose whichever ones you want to do. Every time I stop you for stillness, plan ahead. Here we go. Keep going. Play with whatever one you want. Take a break. Breathe. Think what you're going to do next. It has to be different. Can't be the same one. Go! Keep going. You got this. Be aware of your general space. Don't run into anything or anyone. Breathe. Okay, get ready. Pick another one. Go! Did great. You're doing great. And stillness. You did great. Stay there. I know you're probably sweaty. Now, breathe in your nose, out your mouth. Let's do that again. Out your mouth. You did wonderful. You learned all the locomotor movements and you put them in your body and you learned how to use them in general space. You did great. I'm so proud of you. So remember, next time we're going to move on from space to body because you've mastered the element of space. You just proved it. And next time we're going to talk about shapes in your body. So have a great day, stay healthy, and I'll see you next time.